Good morning, welcome back to another video, and today we are going to be going over 5 farms that I enjoy farming. Now just stick around and enjoy the video. Now I was starting to get this question quite a bit, which farms that I personally enjoy farming, so I thought I'd actually answer them in a video. Basically, I came up with 5 of them that I really do enjoy farming and rarely decline actually farming up. This is pretty much my own personal opinion because obviously they're my farms that I enjoy farming. So that being the case, let's get into number 1, which is the Volatile Fire Farm for 5 man. Now I find this one to be really good. Basically you get into a group of guys, pretty much on my Discord I usually will just post a message in the EU chat saying anyone want to do a 5-man farm, and then we all get together and then we go over to the Twilight Highlands. Basically what we do is we split ourselves out, and then what we do then is we just kill a load of mobs with the Potion of Treasure Finding. I personally love this farm because I do literally next to no work. That is because when you're actually spacing yourselves out correctly, you can basically just stand still and just press a button and you're basically making gold really easily. When it comes to the looting sessions, however, it's pretty easy to actually do because it's all clustered together, and by far it's one of my most favourite farms due to the fact of its simplicity and its gold per hour. Pretty much it's just a really dead simple farm in order to do, and you get a lot of gold for that farm in particular. So if you really want to maximise the amount of gold that you're actually getting, is by using your 5-man group and just absolutely destroying all of those fire elementals. Basically it's really simple in order to do, and I very much enjoy doing it. Especially I get to interact with all of my subscribers as well, so that's another perk to that farm as well. Now coming in at number 2 is the Royal Jelly Farm. Now the Royal Jelly Farm is a farm in which you're going to have to be revered in order to actually get a hold of the goggles to see where all the nodes are. You can however do it without, but it's a lot more difficult. But what I tend to do is use the goggles, I fly around and I farm it as I would like a mining node. Now aside from that, I find this farm particularly easy. That is because the materials sell relatively fast, they have a strong gold per hour, and it's something I can do when I want. It's something that I can do when I'm completely knackered after a day of work and I don't feel like doing anything at all. It's very low maintenance. You just go over to the node, you pick it up and you just fly around. Now aside from that, there's not much competition well on my server at this moment in time for those nodes, and they sell relatively fast. That is due to the fact that I actually like that, because low competition means that there's going to be more nodes for me to sell on the auction house, and also with that being said, it's a standard based farm, so that means I can just fly around and just pick up all of those nodes. It primarily is one of my most favourite farms at this moment in time. That is due to the fact that it's just such a simple farm in order to do, and you get a good gold per hour for it. So that being the case, that is the Royal Jelly Farm at number 2. Now coming in at number 3 is my WHIPTAIL farm. Now I currently love the WHIPTAIL farm mainly due to its fact of its simplicity. It's just a standard gathering farm, but more to the point that you get a lot of the materials and you know that you're going to get a steady gold per hour for this. This is due to the fact that WHIPTAIL holds its price quite well in the grand scheme of materials, especially old world materials, which do fluctuate quite a bit. Now with WHIPTAIL, I find this farm to be relatively simple. That's because the nodes respawn relatively fast, and with the route on the screen right now, I actually tend to combine this with my mining as well, so then I can always pick up pyrite ore as well. So if I'm gathering up the Vial of the Sands, I use this as a multi-farm in order to gather up my materials that I need to do. Now I've done this farm so many times, I don't even need the route anymore. I just know exactly where to go. It's all become like muscle memory now. So yeah, it's definitely one of my most favourite farms just due to the fact that it holds its gold value quite well, and whatever I farm up, I'm basically going to sell for roughly that price. It's not going to fluctuate that much. That is why I tend to love this farm overall. Now that being the case, the WHIPTAIL farm is primarily one of my most favourite farms, and it's one of the oldest farms that I've ever farmed up for, so hence why I love this farm. Now coming in at number 4 is something that I want to do when I'm incredibly lazy. If I don't want to do all that much on like a daily basis for farming, like if I have like 15 minutes just to farm and I cannot be bothered, that is the VORTEX Pinnacle for volatile air. If I really want to do a low maintenance week where I just really can't be bothered that much to farm up stuff, but I still want to pull in some decent gold, I will use the VORTEX Pinnacle. That is because I can clear the dungeon in about 15 minutes and reach lockout. Then once that's done, I just log off for the day and I go to I go to bed, or I do something else. That is pretty much why I love this farm, because it's so simple to do. It takes very little time in order to gain the materials, and also you also get the mount as well, which I do tend to love quite a bit. Now aside from all of that, the VORTEX Pinnacle, 15 minutes in order to get a load of volatile air, and overall it's just really easy to do like throughout the week. So like literally I can make a few thousand gold per day just by logging on for 15 minutes farming and then just logging back off again, and then that's me done for the day for my farming, and I can still pull in a pretty sizable amount of gold for the time that I've just invested in doing that farm. So hence why it is one of my most favourite farms, due to the fact that it's very simple, very short, and it just gets the job done when I'm not feeling like farming and I'm close to like a burnout, so to speak. Now that being the case, let's move on to my last farm, which is at number 5, and that is the BLACKWING LAIR. Now I've covered this multiple times on the channel, and BLACKWING LAIR for me, it has everything I want. Basically, if I run this with a skinner, I get a load of black dragon scales along with a load of rugged leather, so we've got skinning materials. When you're actually running it through, you can get a load of battle pets as well, which you can sell on the auction house for okay amount of gold, but it gives you a variety of things to sell, especially the Chrominius pet. Now, aside from that, you also get a bag at the end of after killing Nefarian, which gives you a load of gems which you can sell in the auction house, and also has a chance of dropping you the Orb of Deception at a 0.2% drop chance. That is pretty damn awesome, and I've received that a couple of times from that, so there's always a nice little uptick from that there. Now aside from all of that, I also get a load of transmog as well from doing this, and I find this to be a great way just to cover all my bases. So basically, if it's like the VORTEX Pinnacle farm, I can just do this on a weekly basis, but I can do it with every character throughout the week. So one day per week with the BLACKWING LAIR, and I can get a load of transmog, load of materials, and I can just sell them on the auction house, and I know that they're pretty much going to sell. Besides the transmog will take a little bit longer to sell, but you do get some nice high ticket transmog from this, and it only takes me around about 10 minutes to clear now. So that's one thing that I do love overall for this farm. And for 10 minutes per week per character, that's pretty damn awesome for someone who has like 10 characters. That's like an hour and 40 minutes in order per week, and I do get a sizable amount of gold from that, and that's even if I'm wanting to just do a lazy week. Now aside from all of that, guys, that is pretty much my farms that I enjoy farming. Have an awesome rest of the day, and I shall see you in the next video, which will be tomorrow.